Hello again painters, it's Debbie from acrylicpouring.com, back for the third part in our Dimethicone test. So our first test used the True Fill by KY, the second test used the Astroglide, and today we're going to use this coconut milk. So this is an anti-breakage serum, nourishing plus coconut milk, made by, I have no idea. And the ingredients are dimethicone, cyclosiloxane and so on, dimethiconol, and lots of other bits and pieces. So although dimethicone is the #1 ingredient in this, it also has a lot of other ingredients. So I'll be interested to see how this one compares to the tests that we've done before. What I have found with both of these two products, they were very, very strong. It produced a very strong result with cells, and this one especially actually left some of the areas of the canvas a little bit bare, even though I only put 1 drop in each of the colours. So I'm going to continue to do that with this one today. Unfortunately, I've broken the top off when I brought it back in my luggage, so I'm just going to use a dropper and I'm going to put 1 drop in each of the colours. And this is, it seems a lot thicker. It's very, very gloopy and oily. 1 there. Oh. 1 there. 1 there. So those drops didn't seem as big. It's very different in consistency to the other ones that I used. This one is much more it feels more like a cooking oil or something like that, whereas those other ones, especially the KY, was almost watery. Okay. So I have decided I would like to have something kind of almost beachy looking today. So I don't know whether I've picked the right kind of colours, but I want it to be predominantly white and then with just a hint of the others. So you know what my plans are like. I may well have plans, but who knows what they're going to turn out like. So let's give that dimethicone a quick stir in. And I've got more white than the other colours today. So I'm going to throw in some white just as my base, a bit of the brown, and then some blue, some more white, the orange. I have to be careful with this orange because it often goes a bit crazy in my paintings when I use orange. More brown, more white. So the cup already looks interesting. I can see the colours mixing in the cup and it's making cells on the top of the paint. So that's always a good sign when that happens. It means if we're getting cells in the cup, we should be getting cells in our painting, if that's what we're looking for. Let's get all that brown in there. That one's done. Get all the white in there. So it'll be interesting to see also, because I do struggle when I try and make a lot of white in my paintings. You know, it just disappears. I know titanium white is a heavy white, and so therefore it kind of sinks through the other colours. But I would like to have a bit more white in this painting. Well, a lot more white. I'd like it to have a much more natural kind of coastal feel to the colours. So we'll see if I'm able to achieve that today. Okay. So there we go. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm even not going to add in, I think, the rest of my orange. So I don't have an awful lot of paint again today. Should I add some orange? I'll go on just a little bit more then. Oh, I'm probably going to regret that. And I've actually got some more white made up. This hasn't got anything in. It's just white paint with Floetrol and water. So let's add a bit more white in here. So I've got plenty of paint, I've got plenty of white. If I don't get a white paint in now, I should be very upset. Okay, so there we go, here's the cup. Looking good there. And let's give it the old 1, 2, 3. And now, as usual, I'm just going to let that settle for a little bit, let the white drain down through the other colours, and hopefully when we lift up, we'll get some nice cells. So I've let it stand for a little while, and the sides of the cup are looking good. They are looking the kind of colour combination that I'm hoping for. So let's lift up this and have a quick reveal and see what cells this coconut oil hair serum gives us. Very nice, exploding with cells here, straight out the cup. Looks really good, and I like the colours. See, still not much white though. So I'm just going to add whatever I've got left in the cup. It's the corners of the paint in here. I'll help the paint flow into those corners when I start to tilt it in a minute. I do like the colours. I think the colours are just what I'm looking for. The orange doesn't seem too crazy right now, so that's nice too. And this cup was absolutely full of cells. As I'm swiping the stick around the inside of the cup, it's making even more cells. And wow, look at this here. This is looking really good. Very, very nice. So let me just give it a little tip. I'm not even sure that I want to torch to add any more, should I? I suppose we are experimenting. Maybe I should just expand it out a little bit. And then I'll give it a little bit of a torch and see if we can bring out any more. Just in the, because we are experimenting. We need to do all three the same. Pop that down. And I'll just lightly torch it, which will get rid of the bubbles and things anyway. Whoa! Okay, that went pretty crazy. I think that's the most dramatic torching result that we've had from any of the three products. So that is interesting because obviously it's not pure dimethicone, this one. It does have these other additives in it. So it's interesting that those are also contributing, or at least something in there is contributing in some way to creating this that we've now got here. So now it's kind of looking a bit busy, but I think once we tilt, the cells will stretch out, and let's see what we can get from this. My blue is all down in this corner, so I'd really like to try and keep some of that because I don't have as much blue, and of course nowhere near as much white as I was looking for, as usual. I need to find a lighter white. If anyone has any suggestions for a white that isn't going to sink quite as much as this titanium white that I use right now, I'd be interested, because I would like to be able to create paintings with a bit more white in. And as you can see, it's really quite challenging for me because the white just tends to disappear a lot for me. Okay, still going strong. Let's tip it over towards this other corner. Got lovely designs coming down over the edges now. And our last one. I think that's good. Just bring the design back a little bit this way. I'll set it down. So as usual, I'm just going to wipe my hands and then we'll take a look. So it's been sat for a few minutes now doing its thing, and I do have a few more cells kind of just popping up through gently and slowly. I've got a lot more of the blue showing up now than I did have before, but the overall effect is quite different, I think. When it first came out of the cup, absolutely exploded immediately with cells, and there's lots of cells there, but they aren't the same, I think, as some of the others. I mean, maybe I tipped it too much. Maybe I broke up a lot of the cells when I moved the painting, but although it does have cells and lots of interesting areas, you know, some big cells with lots and lots of activity going on, it seems more busy, more broken up than some of the other ones that I've done. And again, you know, the colour scheme is okay. I'm not sure yet whether I'll keep this one or whether it will be another one who will be resigned to the practice pile. But I've certainly enjoyed this three-part series in the use of dimethicone. So this one was the coconut milk anti-breakage serum, and it created a lot of cells right out of the cup and enormous numbers once I torched it before before tilting. So maybe I should try torching again now just for experiment, and let's see what happens. So I'm trying to torch with my left hand and hold the camera with the right. Not easy. I should have done it probably the other way around. Okay, so as I'm torching, it's creating lots more cells again. The paint's really moving. I'm getting lots more small cells. I can see it developing. The more I go over it, the more happens. Yeah, definitely. So there we go. You get to see a bit more detail here now. As I went over with the torch, I know I was a bit all over the place with the camera, that's a shame, but even more cells just kept popping through and through and through, and the more I torched, the more the cells came through. So I think you can see the difference. So definitely this is a very strong one for producing a lot of cells, and if you like the smaller cells, then you can torch after using it and you'll get more cells through than even you did before. So there we go, that's the end of our 3-part series. I think the conclusion is that all 3 of those products work. The last one is probably the strongest in terms of creating the most cells, or so it seems, just from one experiment with each of them. But the cells did appear to be different. That may be my tilting, but you can create more cells again just by torching, and then it just continues to come through and through and through. But all of them work. They're all very strong, so at most you only want 1 drop per colour, I think, unless you've got a lot of paint mixed up. Thank you very much for watching this 3-part series, and I hope it helps you to decide whether Dimethicone is the right product for you.